Generational wealth, often talked about, but not with our family. Let's talk about it in this video, how you can be better about talking about it with your loved ones. First, a little bit about the power of generational wealth. It's not just money, it's networks, knowledge, and values. For example, maybe holding real estate is an important financial value in your family. Maybe that's how your family got their first leg up. Maybe you have an empire. Maybe you just have one rental. Maybe you just have a lot somewhere, just grass. But that's the basis on which your wealth is built. That's an example of something like that. These things, in addition to money, are more important now than ever, just with the pace of change with everything. We're all still trying to figure out AI, things like that. Let's talk a little bit about why we struggle with this. First, money is just sensitive to talk about with family members. We fear judgment, conflict, we fear rejection. Maybe we fear family members thinking we had more, or maybe thinking that we had less. Maybe we feel inadequate about financial literacy. Maybe those in our family do. Of course, we don't really think about what silence does, right? Silence kills you a lot more than the awkward conversations. We don't think about misplanning opportunities. We don't think about confusion and having guesswork when you're incapacitated or deceased. But that's really what silence is going to lean towards. Here's your first big tip. For me, take it for what it's worth. We don't have a YouTube premium subscription or what have you, so it's free, but take it for what it's worth. Start small. What's easier, running a marathon tomorrow or waking up and running 3 minutes without walking tomorrow? That second one's a lot easier. These things are no different. Start the conversation with goals, but no numbers. Hey, we want this certain goal, the real estate, principal preservation. So start with goals rather than, hey, son, we've got $1 million in the portfolio and it's coming to you. Maybe just start about, what's in that trust? What do you want that trust to do for your son when he gets that $1 million, or that $10 for that matter? Maybe not 10, but maybe, 30,000 or what have you. You can use what if questions. What if something happens to me? What if I live longer than I expect? That's a great question to ask. And another question to ask is, what happens if I expire, if I pass away a lot sooner than I anticipated, or someone else in the plan goes away sooner than we expected? Maybe that's going on to the next life, whatever you think that is, if anything, or maybe it's they move to Europe and they're no longer a good trustee or something like that. When you start small, actions are just more likely to happen, like that running and marathon example. And then the last tip I have for you is to schedule check-ins. Family retreat, it could be somewhere fancy. It could be somewhere like the Golden Corral. It does not matter. You can do this wherever. Scheduling a family check-in, checking on financial plans, estate plans, things like that. The goal here is to, empower future generations with knowledge and values and traditions and things like that, rather than going over spreadsheets, although you can go over spreadsheets to all your heart's desires. But remember, a lot of this generational wealth is not just money, and regular check-ins with the family can help make that clear.